Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Tuesday, November 14th, day of an inflation report. I know you're excited. I am excited too. But we know inflation is going in the right direction. That's the good news. Maybe not every single component is going down in the quickest possible way, but the big stuff is. And even in this report, which is going to show that energy prices were high during the month, that's going to get reversed in the subsequent month. Meanwhile, in your real life, maybe we can actually make some proactive changes that you can control, unlike all of these different financial and economic reports. Maybe, just maybe, you need us to lay eyes on your game plan, the changes that you are thinking about, the big transitions that you're contemplating. All of that is in our wheelhouse. Mark and I are both certified financial planners, and we are very happy to talk you through whatever is on your mind. To do that, just go to our website, jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. Of course, while you are there, you should check out all the cool stuff that lives there, all of our content, the blog posts, the radio show, videos, resources, the free weekly newsletter, which comes out every single Friday. And if you've got a few extra bucks to spend, you can buy my book, The Great Money Reset, or subscribe to the Jill on Money live service. That's where you have access to quarterly live webinars and a lot of cool bonus video content. All right, let's get on to the show. Let's talk to Mark, who's on the line from West Virginia.
Thank you very much for having me on. I was concerned about how to best take advantage of taxes and savings and just, holding on to assets in retirement.
What's the concern? You just don't want to pay taxes? You're bummed out you have to pay them? You have a lot of pre-tax retirement money? What's going on?
I've got traditional accounts for the IRAs, but it's only my wife and I are both retired military. We did 27 years in the service. We each get a pension.
So you're still in a high tax bracket.
Yeah, it's about $16,000 a month we get after taxes for that.
Wow. Were you like a general? That's so impressive.
Well, she turned down 1-star general and stayed at and I was a lieutenant colonel.
Wait, can I ask a question? Why would you turn down the 1-star general? That she didn't want to do a lean in or something? Like what happens when you become a 1-star general, and why would you turn it down?
Well, it was almost like she'd have to take on 2 roles. She would have been in charge of all the therapists in the country, plus do her job at Medicare.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of work for the, 1-star.
Wow. I mean, it's very impressive. Thank you so much for serving. Boy, are we lucky to have people like you. And for all that service, you've got a net of $16,000 a month. How old are you, Mark, and how old's your wife?
We're both 57.
When did you retire?
I retired at 44, and she retired at 47.
What have you been doing since then?
I did some contract work and doing psychiatric evaluations at local hospitals. And she continues to work for Medicare compliance, but it's on a contract basis. She picks her hours. They say, we'd like to do a call. And she goes, well, I'll be napping at that time.
I've got a pickleball round robin. I'm so sorry. So when you said the net of $16,000 a month, that is just the 2 pensions, not inclusive of any extra work that she's adding in, right?
No, because that's another a little over $6,000 a month after taxes.
So she's not doing nothing. That's actually a lot that she's doing.
Yeah, about 15 to 20 hours a week.
Oh, so now I see the problem here. I mean, it's not a problem. I shouldn't even say that. It's fantastic, really. How much do you guys spend on an annual basis? You're, guesstimate. Give me a wide berth here when you're guessing that.
Now, we just bought the camper. She got into quilting, got one of these long arm machines, taking family on trips and stuff. But our bills are very low. Wrote out all our actual bills, and it was $1,400 a month.
Get out of here. Come on. What is $1,400 a month? Do you guys own a home in addition to the RV?
Yes. We have a 5-bedroom, 5-bath home in West Virginia.
How much is a 5-bedroom, 5-bath house in West Virginia worth?
It's worth $660, but we paid $460 for it.
Yeah.
10 years ago and paid it off in like 5 years.
You guys are animals. Okay. So no debt on that. The RV, I presume you own that outright also, right? How much did that cost you? Because we just had someone who spent 200 grand on an RV. Is that a lot or a little?
Yeah, that's quite a bit. It's a nice one. Mine's 140.
You mentioned some kids. How old are your kids?
31 and 28.
And launch, do they need your help? I mean, besides the nice vacations and stuff, but do they need any of your help on an ongoing basis?
No, both married. One's a medical director. She'll actually do better than us in life. She's married 4 houses away from us and got two.
Oh, how nice. That's great. So the other child is the 28-year-old?
Yeah, and she's a rehab director.
Both went into the parents' business, kind of like went into healthcare. So let's talk a little bit about the tax problem, which is okay. So I'm starting off with you're 57 years old. You've got this $192,000 net. So I'm sure your gross is higher, and then 72 net for your wife's part-time. So presumably you are in the highest bracket, which would be the highest bracket you're paying taxes on, rather, is 24%. So what is the amount of money right now in your traditional retirement assets?
Yeah, we have about 400,000.
Okay. And where is that 400 held? Are they still in old plans, or did you roll everything over and consolidate it?
We rolled them in and consolidated them into growth funds.
Okay. So 400 between the two of you. And what about any other retirement assets, Roth IRAs maybe, or any Roth assets out there?
No, we started doing that, and within like 2 years, they said our income was too high to qualify for that, so we do the traditional.
How about a brokerage account? Do you have a brokerage account?
Just savings. We have 150,000 in savings.
Is that earmarked for something?
No, just maybe down the road get a house where the family can share it in the mountains.
Nice. Okay. When you look ahead, because your wife is making a bunch of money, how do you see, say, the next 10 years going? Like, do you think she'll keep working this much? Do you think she'll scale it back? What's your guess?
I'd like to see her scale it back. I'd like to see her stop already, but she's committed in getting them through a few applications for Medicare.
When you turn 67, you hit your full retirement age for Social Security. What will that be?
Around 3,000 each at 67. I think at 62 was a little over 2,000.
Yeah, we wouldn't do 62. Is there anything else that we have not covered in terms of, kind of where you stand right now?
No, it's just, we've got very low bills, this income coming in, just, what to do, help out family, leave something for them, legacy.
Okay. Because you have all this money that's coming in, this 265-ish, are you adding to that savings account every year?
Yes.
What do you think is if you're only spending $1,400 a month, I know you've done some big one-off things, but what do you think you're saving on a monthly basis or an annual basis?
If we lay low, not go on trips and everything, we could save, $15,000 a month.
Holy smokes. Okay. We don't need to do that. All right. Just maybe. This might be, you have to hold your nose if you're going to do this. So there's two things to think about. When, it's not like you need cash flow, but if you wanted to try to maybe be a little tax savvy, what you might do is you might say, okay, the top end of the 24% tax bracket is at $364,000, right? And you guys, you're probably grossing over 300. If you looked at your bottom right-hand corner of your tax return, was it 300, more than 300?
It was 320 last year.
Okay. So what you could do is start at age 59 and a half. You don't have to do it now. You could just start pulling some money out of your retirement account. And you could just do it a little bit at a time. When your wife gives up that part-time income, you can make more sizable distributions from it. And then you would just pay that 24% bracket. Again, you have to hold your nose to do that. The reason you would be doing it is kind of to hedge the future. Because if the tax laws change in the future, you might find yourselves actually in a higher tax bracket. You might find yourselves at 32. You might find yourselves at 35. by the time it's a while before you have to take that money out, but it could be that you just say, take, 20 grand out. Again, it's 59 and a half. You don't have to start this right now. You start taking the money out, you increase the amount, you pay the tax that's due. Again, stay in the 24% bracket. Okay. Just do that. And then when your wife calms down a little bit, stops being her type A 4-star general wife, then we can maybe pull 30 or 40 out. Right. And because she wouldn't have that income at that point. And if you use your 60s as your opportunity to drain that money out, pay the tax that's due, what you would essentially do is create a brokerage account with that money. The only reason to do that is to know what your tax liability is in the future. You would essentially say, I would prefer to pay the tax today at the 24% bracket while I know I'm still in that bracket, just in case it goes up. Here's what I don't think is going to happen. I don't think your tax bracket's going down. I just don't. Because once you claim Social Security, all bets are off, So what we'd like to try to do for you guys is maybe even, try to get this money out before you claim Social Security. You might even delay Social Security till you're 70 to just do this. But man, once you get that Social Security money coming in on top of your pensions, it's a good and bad problem. It's amazing you have all this cash flow. And you deserve it. So you put your time in and you deserve it. But there is the double-edged sword that you will be in a high tax bracket for the rest of your lives. So that's the only other thing to do. And also, if you do have a brokerage account, to be very careful about the income that you're generating from that account. So that's an account that should really only have index funds. You don't turn it over a lot. You'll have to pay income tax on the interest that you earn. No way around it. So all of this is to say these are kind of good problems to have. There aren't any big time, super obvious conclusions that we can say oh, yes, this is how you get rid of your tax liability. You just have too much income. That's it. And you have your health care is paid for life, right?
Yes. Yeah. Through TRICARE.
Yes.
And the part of my wife's income is she had 3 bouts of cancer.
Oh.
She gets 80% VA disability.
Oh my God.
So she's got coverage for life.
But
you never know at her. She still, could run a, 26-minute 5K.
This woman is 4 stars. She's 6 stars. That's all I can say. She's amazing. And look, you have grandkids now, right? You said the 31-year-old have a kid?
Yes, 7 and 5-year-old.
Look, I think you just have so much cash flow. If you want to help them with funding 529 plans, you should feel free to do that. I think that's perfectly in the realm. Anything else that is on your mind?
No, that was it. So I think I got some good advice here. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, well, we absolutely appreciate you and what you have given of yourselves to us as the lazy citizens of the country. Thank you. We are always very grateful when we have military people who join us, because both Mark and I recognize just how important that is for us here in the civilian world. So, Mark from West Virginia, we wish you the best. Let us know if there's anything that comes up. If you are so lucky as to have a Mark type of income and you need some help trying to minimize your future tax liability, give us a shout. Go to JillOnMoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. Don't forget, you can subscribe to Jill on Money on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. And please leave us a rating and review. Lift someone up, change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.